Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candice.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Hanging at the Hangar Bar. You are with Scott and Candice again.
Hello.
And this is part 2 of our review of the Epcot International Food and Wine booths and what they have to offer this year.
Welcome back. We're talking about food again.
Yay!
Yay. And remember, this is a part of Candice's Trip Planning with Candice series that we're doing. That was a lot of use of the word series all in a row there.
It was a lot.
You know what I'm saying. This is part of a series that if you want to plan your trips, you can always listen into anything that has the Trip Planning with Candice tag to it and just have her help you out. And then you can always just give her a call as well, and she'll be happy to help.
And with that said, if you do have any other questions regarding trip planning a trip to Disney, especially Disney World, is extremely time-consuming, stressful, detailed, all of that stuff. There's no shame or blame in asking for help, and I would be more than happy to help you because it's one of my favorite things to do.
And I'm a little bit biased, but she's damn good at what she does.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And just because we're married doesn't mean that he would say that if he didn't mean it.
That's true.
So, I appreciate the compliment. All right. So, as we are wandering around, once again, as a reminder, we're handling these in alphabetical order, not necessarily the order that you will come to them in the park if you are doing things the quote-unquote right way and not backtracking all over creation.
Right. And last week we left off with Germany.
Correct.
Okay.
So this week's episode, we are going to start in the Greece booth, which is near Morocco.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense geographically, at least.
Than some of the other ones. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes. Opa.
Opa.
Enjoy.
I don't have any plates to break.
Enjoy traditional Greek dishes as you sip on a dry wine. So that should tell you what you have in store.
Okay.
The first item is a spanakopita, which, for those of you that don't know, is a spinach and puff pastry dish. It is delicious.
Sounds delicious. I like most of their puff pastry type dishes, like Greek puff pastry dishes, I just adore.
Yeah, like baklava and that sort of. Oh, so good.
Do they have that on the menu?
No.
Disney, get your crap together.
But I think you can buy some baklava in some of the other Morocco stands.
The gift shops or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The second thing they have is a griddled cheese with pistachios, honey. This is a gluten and wheat friendly offering, and it is part of Emile's Fromage Montage.
Excellent.
Yes. And the third thing is a lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomatoes, red onion, and tzatziki on warm flatbread.
I love a good gyro.
Can't do lamb, sorry.
I don't even think you would probably know if somebody didn't tell you.
But I need to know.
Lisa,
stop
don't
it.
Eat me.
Beverages are a white wine, rosé, and a dry red, or you can also do all three in a flight.
Okay. So no cocktails or anything there, just
Nope,
the wines?
Just the wines.
Okay. And I'm all about the flights.
I'm interested in that griddled cheese, I think, the most, but I don't know what kind of cheese it is. I would almost think as a Greek cheese, it would be a goat cheese.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And when they say griddled cheese, how exactly does that work?
Basically, it's a sliced cheese that they just throw on a griddle until it gets brown. So it's like a grilled cheese without the bread.
My mind is blown. I'll have to watch somebody do that so I figure out how it doesn't stick to the griddle.
Right, I don't know.
Because I've had pieces of cheese hit my grill grate before, and it's like super glue.
Uh-huh. Like instant burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's Greece.
Okay.
The next booth that we're traveling to is Hawaii, and it is near the port of entry, but it is not opening until August 15th.
Okay. Why do you think they're doing some a month later? Is it just...
I think it's to kind of try and space out crowds a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe keep interest going. So, like, not everybody goes in the first part of the festival and then doesn't show up for any of the rest of it.
That makes sense. That it gives the locals a reason to come back.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. traverse the Pacific for tropical flavors and island favorite booths, savory and sweet.
Yes, please.
And I kind of feel like Chris Farley's character when he was doing the Zagat's review on Saturday Night Live. Beverly Gelfand, I think was her name.
Yes.
So, sorry. Okay. This looks amazing. So the first item for food is a Kahlua pork slider with sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney and spicy mayonnaise.
No, say that again.
We have a Kahlua pork slider with sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney and spicy mayonnaise.
Okay, that would be delicious.
Right?
I want that right now.
Right?
But I can't have it till August 15th and a trip to Disney.
Right.
It's going to be an expensive sandwich.
Yeah, because park admission's not included.
I know, right? Neither is airfare.
Right? Or hotel.
Right, and I don't think I can just slip out and go there for lunch with a park ticket.
Well, I don't think so, but that sounds amazing. The second thing is a Spam musubi nigiri with sushi rice, teriyaki glazed Spam, spicy mayo, eel sauce, and nori. So that's going to be sort of a sushi incident, I guess you could say. But it's going to be Spam instead of fish, but it's still going to have the fish flavor because of the eel sauce and the nori.
Right.
I'd try it.
Yep.
And frankly, I don't know what people don't like about Spam. If
Yeah.
it's prepared correctly, I love it.
I think it's if you've ever seen it come out of the can,
Yeah,
you may
that's a
never
little
want to eat it
disconcerting,
again. But other than that, it's great.
But yeah. And then the dessert offering is a passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts. This is a Emil's Fromage Montage item.
That sounds delicious, too. My new favorite booth, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then for beverages, we have Kona Brewing Company's Hanalei Island IPA, Florida Orange Grove Sparkling Pineapple Wine.
Okay. From Hawaii?
No, from St. Petersburg, Florida.
No, I know, but it's at the Hawaii booth.
Yes.
Florida wine at the Hawaii booth.
Hey, it's got pineapple.
Right.
Whatever.
There's a link there.
Yeah. And then we have an Aulani Sunrise, which is vodka, pineapple juice, and grenadine.
Okay.
Super, super sweet. And that could be dangerous because you wouldn't taste the vodka in that at all.
So vodka,
Pineapple juice,
and grenadine. We'll have to try making that at home.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. But yeah, that booth sounds amazing.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that may be my new Best of Fest booth because I'm not going to tell you what's Best of Fest because food is so subjective, but like that booth, the things at it sound delicious.
Like I would make a special trip to that booth.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones is just like, oh, if you're walking by and you happen to be hungry and something catches your eye, maybe.
Right.
But this one, I would make a special trip to that booth.
Yeah, that booth sounds delicious.
Yeah. Especially for that slider.
Yes.
And I'm not a big pork fan.
Right.
So that's saying a lot. All right, moving on. We are going to Hops and Barley, which is near the American Adventure.
Okay.
Stay stateside for all American craft beer, wines, and the hottest tastes from coast to coast.
Okay. So is this just beer and wine, or are there food items
There's
too?
food.
Okay.
Actually, really good sounding food, actually. Actually. The first thing is a Chesapeake crab slider with tangy coleslaw and Cajun remoulade.
Okay.
The second is a hot beef sandwich with horseradish cream and pickled vegetables.
Ooh, that would be delicious.
Mm-hmm. And the third, you're really going to like this one, freshly baked carrot cake with cream cheese icing.
Yes, please. Get in my belly.
Oh, and the beverages over here sound really good, too. There's a strawberry and lime wheat ale.
Okay.
There's also a Kentucky pumpkin barrel ale.
Okay.
There is a Lord Hobo Brewing Boom Sauce DIPA. I have no idea what that is.
It's an IPA of some sort.
Here's for me, Bold Rock Roast Coffee Hard Cider. I would try that.
I would not.
I know.
Coffee is gross.
No. There's a Chardonnay, a Cabernet Sauvignon, and a Beer Flight.
Yeah, that's another really good sounding booth.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of comfort foodie.
Yeah.
Like if you can't find anything else that kind of does it for you, I think that would be a safe spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if you have picky eaters.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I love about Food and Wine is I'm a pretty adventurous eater. So there's not very much on here I'll try. I know the things I don't like. Like I know I don't like coffee. I know I don't like coconut. But other than that, I'm going to try everything.
Yeah.
And this gives me a chance to do that. But somebody who's maybe a little bit pickier eater, like you're a pickier eater than I am, you don't have to try all those things. You can find those things you know are safe, but maybe are things that are a different take on the things that you normally get.
Right. Yeah. And yet I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm overly picky. There's just things that I know that I will not eat.
Right.
Like lamb.
Right. Yeah, just you look at you and I together. I'm definitely the more adventurous eater.
Yes, for sure.
That's not saying you're not an adventurous eater. I'm just like a garbage disposal.
That's not very complimentary towards yourself.
It just means I'll eat anything. Except for coconut and coffee.
Coconut coffee.
Ew.
No, it's so good. Especially Joffrey's Angel Kiss.
We're not sponsored.
No, we're not.
But we're
like
willing to be.
Joffrey's, if you're listening, hook us up. All right, moving on. We are going to India, and this is near the China Pavilion.
Okay.
Kind of makes sense,
Yep.
maybe.
It does. They share a border.
Spice up your life with Indian cuisine that will transport your palate to a faraway land.
Okay.
We have crispy paneer with mango curry ketchup, and this is basically just fried cheese. It is an Emil's fromage montage item, and I think that would be delicious.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
And just keep in mind that when you're thinking about fried cheese, it's not mozzarella stick. It's
right.
Paneer is a much more dry cheese than mozzarella is, so it's not going to have that cheese pull situation.
Right.
There's also a potato and pea samosa with coriander lime cream. This is a plant-based offering.
What is a samosa?
It's kind of like a brilliantly done Hot Pocket.
Okay.
So it's
that
got the stuff
helped.
in the middle with the fried on the outside.
Yep, that helped. Thank you.
And then a chicken tikka masala and fennel spice yogurt and naan bread.
Yes. One of our favorite cuisines is Indian food.
Yes.
So, like, that sounds like everything there sounds like something that I would try as well.
Yeah, and like chicken korma and butter chicken is like some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
And I could only think that this would be similar.
Yeah, and we talked in a previous episode about whether or not you could find Indian cuisine at the parks.
We
so
did.
now we're saying you can, at least during this festival, find Indian food at
At one specific place. And then the beverages at this booth are a mango lassi, which is a yogurt-based drink. It is non-alcoholic, and I would think you would have to drink that fairly quickly because dairy in the 100-degree heat kind of makes my stomach turn just thinking about it.
Yeah, you don't want that to curdle on you.
Ugh. Plus, I'm not a big mango fan. I don't know why mango has become the darling of the food world all of a sudden, but it seems like everything is mango flavored.
Yeah. It's plentiful, and I think a lot of people do like it.
I like it, but if it's ripe enough. Like,
Right.
I don't like it when it's really bitter.
Right.
Yeah. There's a Taj Mahal premium lager, a sparkling wine, a Chenin Blanc, and then there is an alcoholic version of the mango lassi. It has a chai cream liqueur,
Okay.
which makes the dairy in the 100-degree heat even heavier
Right.
since you're going to put more cream and alcohol in it.
Yes.
Ugh. Pass.
I will
But-
try all of it.
But the food sounds delicious.
Yeah, I would try all of it. The drink, too.
All right. Okay, next is probably going to be another one of our very favorites. It's the Ireland booth.
Yes.
This is located near the United Kingdom Pavilion. And as Raglan Road is one of our favorite spots in Disney Springs, I can't think that this is going to be a hard pass.
No.
The description says, enjoy favorite dishes from the Emerald Isle, which pair wonderfully with Irish ale and mead honey wine.
Okay.
There is a fisherman's seafood pie, which I would need to know what the seafood is in the pie,
Why?
because I just need to know.
Sometimes it's better not to know and just experience in the moment.
No, I need to know.
What would be a no-go if it was in it?
I think anything spongy, like octopus or something like that.
Okay.
I can't. There's roasted Irish sausage with Colcannon potatoes and onion gravy.
Yes, please.
Hook me up.
I want to figure out how to make an onion gravy now that we're...
It wouldn't be hard.
Like, what would be an onion gravy? Like, you just saute the onions? Like, it'd be sausage gravy, only onions as your base instead of sausage?
Mm-hmm. Or make like like caramelize your onions and make a beef broth gravy on top of that.
Right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And then the dessert offering is a warm chocolate pudding cake with Irish cream liqueur custard.
Okay.
Sounds really heavy.
It sounds heavy, but I'd be willing to split it with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very splittable. I think
Yeah.
about 2 bites and I'd be done with that. And the beverages are an Irish cream ale, a mead honey wine, and then the Bailey's coffee shake.
Okay.
It's Guinness and Bailey's coffee shake.
Okay. You'd like that one.
I would love that one.
Again, coffee is one of those things that I just know I don't like.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Yep.
All right, so that's a win.
Yes, it is.
Next, we are going to Italy. And this is over near Italy.
Okay.
Surprise.
At least they didn't put it over in middle of the America Pavilion. And then just title it Olive Garden or something.
So relish the simple elegance of Cucina Italiana with some of the world's best loved food and wine. Except, this, just looking at this menu, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but it seems that it's fallen a bit short.
Okay.
I think there could be a lot more. Because Italian food is amazing.
It is.
So there is 2 types of gnocchi, and it's potato gnocchi.
Okay.
One of them comes with a 4-cheese sauce and roasted cremini mushrooms, which sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Very
so
heavy.
That'd be like a potato mac and cheese.
Right. The other one is a gnocchi di patate with vodka sauce, Romano cheese, and crispy bacon, which out of the 2, that one would probably be my pull.
Okay. Tell me why.
Just because it sounds a little lighter and more flavorful than the other one.
Okay.
The other one just sounds like it would be like heavy and singularly leveled.
Right. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then the dessert offering is a panna cotta, which is orange blossom panna cotta with seasonal berries.
Okay.
Which would be good.
Yeah, that would be tasty. Yeah. So that's it for the food?
That's it for the food.
Okay. I guess it's hard to do pasta from a food booth.
But there's so many other things Italian that you could do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all pasta. Think about everything that delicious that we've ever had at Paolo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then the beverages really are nothing overly amazing. There's Prosecco, Moscato, an Italian Sangria, an Italian Margarita with tequila and limoncello, and a Pilsner.
Okay.
See what I mean by kind of falling short?
Yeah, it feels a little underwhelming for the amount of really good food you can get in Italy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an afterthought sort of situation.
Yeah. And maybe they're trying to direct people to the restaurants in Italy instead.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we are now moving into the Japan Pavilion over in, the Japan booth over next to the Japan Pavilion.
Okay.
Delight your appetite with delicious dishes and lively libations from the land of the rising sun. First thing is a teriyaki chicken bun. Steamed bun filled with chicken, vegetables, and teriyaki sauce. So basically a teriyaki bao.
Okay.
Takoyaki, which is octopus, green onion, and cabbage bites topped with tonkatsu sauce, bonito flakes, and nori.
Bonito flakes are fish, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that one's going to be really fish flavored.
Okay.
And then a spicy salmon donburi, which is spicy salmon with sushi rice, shiso leaf, red tobiko, and red pearls, or rice pearls.
Okay.
And then for the beverages, we have a yuzu lemon drop, which is vodka, yuzu, and lemon, which would be fine.
Right.
Fuji apple sake, which sounds delicious to me.
It does, yes.
And then an Orange Blossom Brewing Company Moon Blossom Pilsner.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, the whole discussion about the bao bun that we had earlier, I think it would be more bread than anything else.
Yeah, and that's another booth that strikes me as maybe they didn't try hard enough. Mm-hmm. There's so many other things that they could have done.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, okay.
I think the drinks in that one sound more interesting to me than the food.
Right, agreed.
All right, moving on over, we have Kenya, which is near the refreshment outpost. Set off on a safari of flavor as you enjoy traditional Kenyan food and beer. All right, this is probably a very, very small booth, but from what I'm seeing on the menu, we got some powerhouses here.
Okay.
First thing is a Kenyan coffee barbecued beef tenderloin with sweet potato and corn mealie pap and kachumbari slaw.
Okay, so it's probably just like, in this case, coffee catches my attention. Mm-hmm. It's probably just like a coffee rub.
Yes.
So it's not going to have a strong coffee flavor after it gets cooked.
Right. It's just going to have that tenderness that the coffee brings to it. There's piri piri skewered shrimp with citrus-scented couscous. Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Yes. And then a Congo Pilsner.
Okay.
From Tampa, Florida.
Right. Maybe it's brewed by somebody from that area, and they just happen to live in the Tampa area.
Maybe. All right. So that sounds like a winner to me.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds like a good booth.
Yeah. The next place we're going is Mac and Eats. This is near Mission Space and also opening on August 15th.
Oh, so you can get some Mac and Eats and then go on Mission Space and throw it all up.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Discover macaroni and cheese combos your mom never imagined. That's kind of ballsy.
Well, let's hear what they are to see if our moms may have thought of them already.
Okay, and all three of these are, as you can imagine, items on the Emile's Fromage Montage.
Mac and Eats, that sounds like the right thing.
So the first one is traditional macaroni and cheese with herbed panko. That's not really all that stretch of a mom thought.
No.
Then we have cowboy macaroni and cheese with smoked pork belly, brisket burnt ends, pickled peppers, onion straws, and barbecue aioli.
Okay, that one sounds delicious.
Right. We could probably make that here.
Yeah.
And then the third is a chili cheese macaroni and cheese with sour cream and cheddar cheese.
Okay.
The only thing is this is a plant-based option.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to pass because plant-based cheese scares me.
Yeah. Again, they probably shouldn't call it cheese, but...
Cheese product?
Yeah.
Cheese-like substance?
Yeah, cheese-like substance.
Cheese-like food substance?
I think Velveeta has cheese-like substance already copyrighted.
Yes.
Trademarked, whatever.
But anyway, that's what's available. And then there is a lemon hazy IPA.
I'm not a big IPA fan, but I bet that would be light and refreshing from an IPA standpoint.
Yeah. A white clay Semillon Chenin wine from Argentina.
Okay.
And then a Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Which sounds a little bit heavy for macaroni and cheese, but...
Yeah. Like, the Pinot Noir would probably go with the pork belly one pretty well if you're trying to pair.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, we could figure it out, though.
I'm sure we could struggle through it. All right, the next place we are going is Mexico.
Yay!
Woohoo! Take your taste buds south of the border for tacos, tostadas, Mexican craft beer, and margaritas.
Yes, you had me at margaritas.
Right. The first thing is Taco al Pastor, which is some of my favorite anyway.
Mm-hmm. And that's just a method of cooking, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Seared pork belly pastor on a corn tortilla with chipotle black beans, pineapple, pickled onions, and chives. This is a gluten and wheat-friendly option. The second thing is a tostada de barbacoa beef on a fried corn tortilla with chipotle black beans, salsa verde, Mexican crema, queso fresco, and chives. Also a gluten and wheat-friendly option.
Okay.
Then for the dessert option, and I'm going to butcher this, capirotada de chocolate, which is abuelita chocolate bread pudding served with chocolate creme anglaise.
It's a little probably too chocolatey for me, but you had me at bread pudding.
Mm-hmm. Figured I would.
Yeah, I would try that every day.
Then we have a Mexican craft beer, and that's literally what it says. So I don't know a brand name. I don't know where it's from, other than
tells
Mexico.
Me it probably changes.
Right. Good point.
They just have multiple kegs, and whichever keg they happen to tap that day.
Yeah. Then the second is a Blood Orange Charm Margarita, which is Centinela Blanco Tequila, Blood Orange Aperitif, black currant infused vodka and Prosecco, served on the rocks with pink peppercorns and a sweet dried chili salt rim.
Okay.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does.
And the second one is an It Takes Two to Mango Margarita, which is mezcal, mango puree, corn liqueur, rum, and ancho chili lime juice served on the rocks with a hibiscus salt rim.
Okay.
I think I'd take the second one over that.
I would. How about you just give me both?
Well, all right. If you're going to be like that.
Since we always start on the Mexico side, I don't need to make it past there, do I?
No.
I'll just pass out there. You can go try all the other things, and I'll just drink margaritas until you come roll me back to the car.
All right. So we're renting you a scooter to sit in one place all day?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. We can do that. All right. The next booth that we are traveling to is the Noodle Exchange, which will be near Disney Traders, which is one of the stores in kind of the middle little hub, right when you enter World Showcase, like when you're coming down from the front part.
Right.
And this is also opening August 15th.
Okay.
Savor the flavors from the Far East, served up in delicious noodle dishes. So that's where your inspiration is coming from.
Okay.
For this. We have traditional spicy Vietnamese beef pho with shaved beef, mushrooms, and Thai basil, a gluten and wheat-friendly option. We have Chinese char siu pork udon with mushrooms, bok choy, and soy pickled egg. Then we have a Thai shrimp and coconut curry rice noodles with shiitake mushrooms and Thai basil, also gluten and wheat-friendly. And that sounds delicious to me.
And that's the one with the egg, or is that different?
That's
I'm getting
different.
So confused.
I'm sorry. That's the one we're talking about right now is the Thai shrimp and coconut curry rice.
Okay. The one with the egg just sounds odd to me. That's the other thing. I'm not a huge boiled egg fan, so I don't do.
And it's a pickled egg in soy sauce.
Ugh.
I don't think you'd like that.
Yeah, because I don't do deviled eggs. That's a texture thing for me. The only time I'll do a boiled egg is if it's diced up really fine on a salad. That's about the only time I'll do a boiled egg.
Or potato salad. Something.
Yeah, and I'm not even a huge potato salad fan.
Okay. So you don't have to get that.
No.
And then the plant-based option at this booth is a tofu pho with mushrooms and Thai basil. And that is also gluten and wheat-friendly.
I bet that would be tasty.
Yeah. And then for drinks, we have Playa Linda Brewing Company's green tea pale ale and an A to Z Riesling.
Okay. I wonder if the green tea beer would be good.
I don't.
Because I'm not a huge green tea fan
very, very
either.
floral.
Yeah, which is why I don't like green tea. I don't like tasting like I'm drinking flowers. I'm not a bee.
Well, but you could be.
So yeah, I don't think I would get a beverage there.
Okay. The next place we are going to is Shimmering Sips, hosted by Corksicle. This is near Port of Entry. And get the brunch party started. Sample sweet treats and sip on sparkling mimosas.
Yes, please.
So the only food item that they have there is a plant-based food item, and it is the guava mousse on a sugar cookie with coconut lime whipped cream. I have to be really careful with mousse because it puts me at pudding point really quickly.
Yeah, you may have to explain what pudding point is.
Okay, pudding point is when I was little, one of my very favorite desserts was my mom would cook chocolate pudding. And when she didn't do it very often, but when she did, I would eat a lot of it to the point where it kind of made me irpy. So pudding point is what I call it when I get that sort of feeling like this might make me sick.
Okay.
And mousse does that to me really quickly.
Yeah, and unless they're making that in the moment, it's going to make the cookie soggy too.
Or the cookie's going to have to be extremely dry
Right.
to begin with to hold up.
Right. Yeah, I don't. No, let's talk about the drinks there.
Okay. There's a tropical mimosa with sparkling wine and Minute Maid passion fruit, orange, and guava juices, otherwise known as pog juice.
And jungle juice, depending on where you get it from. They name it all sorts of different things around the park.
But we actually had those over at Kona Cafe.
We did. We've actually made those at home.
We have, and they are delicious.
Yeah.
There's also a key lime mimosa with key lime sparkling wine and cranberry juice.
Key lime sparkling wine.
That'd be really tart, I think. Like the whole thing.
And what's the juice again?
Cranberry.
Yeah, it'd be tasty.
Yeah. There's also a blood orange mimosa with sparkling wine and blood orange juice. Then
Okay.
there is a berry sour ale mimosa with Boulevard Brewing Berry Noir sour ale and sparkling wine. You can also get a mimosa flight.
Okay. That last one that you mentioned, the thing that popped into my head is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I agree.
Like, that's a lot. Beer and sparkling wine mixed together. That's a lot of bubbles.
Yeah. And then they also offer a corksicle stemless flute.
Okay.
Okay, now we are moving on to the Spain booth, which is between Italy and Germany. Not at all, geographically. Feast on flavorful Spanish foods like paella and charcuterie, along with beer and wine.
Okay.
So the first food item is a charcuterie with selection of imported Spanish meats, cheeses, olives, and an herbed vinaigrette. This says it's gluten and wheat friendly. So it's just meat and cheese and olives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second thing is a paella with rice, chorizo, and shrimp, which is also gluten and wheat friendly.
What's the theme of this booth again?
Spanish.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was something different. I'm like, that doesn't sound right, but that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. And then a seafood salad with shrimp, bay scallops, mussels, extra virgin olive oil, white balsamic vinegar, and smoked paprika. Also a gluten and wheat friendly choice.
Okay.
And then the beverages are a Cerveza Especial Lager, Ria Bajas, which I don't know what that is. Sorry. Rioja Rosado, which I'm thinking is a red wine of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Garnacha Tintorera. And then a wine flight.
Okay, so those are all wines of some sort.
Except the first one.
Yeah, and Spain is very much known for their wines.
Mm-hmm. So that would be a try.
Yeah, that would be
sure.
a get that flight and give it a try.
Yeah. All right, ready to move?
I think so. Let's keep moving.
All right. We are now going to the Swanky Saucy Swine, which is near Disney Traders. Once again, it's in the kind of hub directly across from American Venture.
Okay, and they serve chicken here, don't they? I'm just joking. From the name of the booth.
I'm pretty sure it's beef.
Yeah.
Try out tantalizing pork dishes that pair well with wine and cocktails. So yeah, chicken.
Right.
First thing is crispy barbecued pork rinds with pimento cheese. This is a gluten and wheat friendly option and in part of Emile's fromage montage.
Okay.
No. Pork rinds? I can't do it.
What do you have against pork rinds?
Okay, so the reason that I don't like pork, generally speaking, is it has a funky taste to it, and I can't really describe it other than funky. And pork rinds, I just sit back and I think about it, and I can taste that funky taste that pork has that I don't appreciate. And also, I think about the fact that it is just skin from a pig that they deep fat fry.
Right.
I'm like, why is this supposed to be delicious? So that's that. The second thing is soy glazed sticky ribs with green onions and peanuts. Yes. All day long, yes.
Yeah, the sticky ribs, I'm about it.
Because if it's anything like Morimoto sticky ribs, then
Yeah.
yeah. And then the third thing is a grilled pork shoulder lettuce wrap with charred corn salsa. You had me at corn salsa.
Right.
Pickled red onion and cilantro lime crema, which is a gluten and wheat friendly option.
Sounds delicious.
As far as beverages, there is a Cabernet Franc strawberry.
Okay.
Zinfandel. Again, there is a bourbon Bloody Mary with Seaside Grown Bloody Mary mix and LeBreau and Graham Woodford Reserve bourbon whiskey.
Okay. You
So
had me up until you said Bloody Mary.
I would probably try it.
Yeah, even though you're not a bourbon drinker, I bet you would like that.
Because I am a Bloody Mary fan.
Yeah, I don't have a very large list of things that I won't drink / eat, and tomato juice is on that list. It's just disgusting to me.
But it's not. All right. So we have actually only one more booth to talk about, and then there's a couple little stops that are open all year round, but they also have like specialty items for the festival.
Okay.
Our last stop is actually Tangerine Cafe Flavors of the Medina, and this is in the Morocco Pavilion.
Okay.
Treat your senses to traditional Moroccan cuisine like grilled kebabs and a falafel pita. The first thing is 2 different kinds of kebabs with a carrot and chickpea salad and garlic aioli. And that's chermoula chicken and Moroccan spiced lamb as your choice. Then a fried falafel pita with tahini sauce. This is your plant-based option. Stone-baked Moroccan bread with hummus, chermoula, and zog dips. And zog dips is a very spicy dip.
Okay.
And then pistachio cake with cinnamon pastry cream and candied walnuts.
So is that going to be very baklava-like if it's a pistachio cake?
Not necessarily. It could be more cake. You would want to, baklava is traditionally pistachio-based, but it's more the puff pastry.
Right.
And then there's a fig hard cider, a ginger turmeric hard cider, hard apples, hibiscus session hard apple cider, fig cocktail with white cranberry juice and fig vodka, and then a cider flight.
Okay.
And then there's also, so those are all the booths that we've been through. There's also a funnel cake available at the American Adventure.
Isn't there always a funnel cake available?
There is.
Because Murica?
Yeah. But the seasonal one for the festival is a mini pina colada funnel cake with pina colada ice cream, whipped cream, toasted coconut, and a maraschino cherry drizzled with coconut rum sauce.
Okay.
That's a lot of coconut. I don't think you would like that.
I would hate that one.
Yeah. Now, at the refreshment port hosted by Borsan near Canada, they have a braised beef poutine, maple cheesecake, and frozen mango martini.
Okay, I would try all of those things.
And then at the refreshment outpost between China and Germany, they have a spicy gatheri with white beans, pigeon peas, Ben's Original quinoa, and ancient grains medley, and a kachumbari slaw. This is a plant-based option. That's it.
Okay.
And really, other than that, that is it. The Joffrey stands have a couple special things, but other than that, that's it. We've made our way around the booths.
That's your tour of food and wine. So, Candice, which of all of those things, you have to think back for basically what is almost 2 hours worth of conversation now. What is your favorite thing that you would like? Let me rephrase that. What's the first thing you would go get?
The Kahlua pork slider from Hawaii.
Okay.
That just sounds amazing to me.
Okay. Where's the one that has the cheese that's just like always hot and they just shave stuff off of it?
The raclette?
Yes, that's what I would go
Alps
to first. The one with the ham and the potatoes.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the best single thing that we talked about.
Okay.
Maybe not the best overall booth, but that is the one dish that I'm like, I need to have that.
Okay.
And I'm also a little disappointed that I wasn't like, there were none of the desserts that you just hollered out that like, I want that right now.
Right.
And I'm a dessert person, and I didn't hear anything that was like, that just sounds over the top delicious.
So what you're telling me then is that we're skipping outside of the food and wine booths and heading on over to l'Artisan de Glace and getting a brioche ice cream sandwich.
When we want dessert, that's what we'll do, because I want to try one of those too.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, what about beverages? Was there a single beverage that you talked about that...
You know, so many from the apple port over by Canada, those all sounded really good to me, so I would probably start there.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't even remember what all the drinks were. To me, this was like it's food and wine, with food being capitalized and wine meaning all the drinks being lowercase. There were lots of really good sounding drinks and several of the wine flights, like the Spanish wine flight or the French wine flight, just to try some of those different wines that maybe I wouldn't normally go out and spend the money on to buy a bottle myself. Yeah, so that's the thing with food and wine, and what I love about it, and even with all the festivals, I think this is true, but specifically food and wine, I think we talked about it in the first half of our conversation about the festival, is that it gives you the opportunity to try so many things that it really, that's what I love about this festival. And one of these years, we're going to go during food and wine, and we're not going to eat ourselves full at restaurants, and we're going to make a day out of eating around the festival and just getting 5 or 10 things and trying lots of different things as we kind of wander around. Don't go on a single ride. Just go spend time in World Showcase and just eat and drink around the world.
Yeah, for sure. And like if and when the dining plans come back, which I know they are, I don't think it'll be much before, if at all, before the end of the 50th celebration, because they don't need to.
Yep.
But the snack credits, a lot of these items from these booths are available for snack credit purchases. And I think that's a wise thing to use your credits on rather than bags of candy, because you've overeaten the rest of the time and you have a bunch of snack credits left.
Yeah, and we do that every time with our dining plan, is we end up with 20 or 30 snack credits at the end that I'm trying to convert into. I don't want to leave that money on the table, so we're converting it into bags of candy. Let's not have a restaurant meal that one day and just use some of those snack credits around the food and wine.
Right.
I think that's like, again, trip planning with Candice. When you have the dining plan, you do have to do some planning around what you're going to eat and why. We always do, like, we prioritize, and I think this was because we were on the deluxe, we prioritize those sit-down restaurant meals versus saying, no, that's an Epcot day. We don't need a dining reservation that day. Let's just use snack credits out the wazoo and just eat at food booths. So it takes some planning and some forethought.
And I think cutting back away from the deluxe dining plan, I mean, we've had that twice now, and we've had good experiences both with it, but we have so much left over at the end.
Right.
I think if we cut back to just the regular dining plan or even the quick service.
Yeah.
For future trips, I think that will be a better use of time, money, and our stomachs.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Okay, so here's the last call, Candice, for any other trip planning tips and tricks around food and wine.
Again, if you're going during food and wine, you don't have to try all the booths in one day. Please don't make yourself sick. Please don't go eat a big tray of macaroni and cheese and then head over to either Mission Space or the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride and make yourself sick, because that's not a good look and not fun for you or anybody that happens to be walking near you while you're experiencing the discomfort of having a large amount of macaroni and cheese and then going on a ride that's going to make you sick.
Agreed.
And again, drink responsibly, celebrate responsibly.
Don't be that person.
Don't be that person. It's a bad look.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so hopefully this left you as hungry as it did us. I am now looking forward to dinner, because it's all going to fall short of what's in my head now. No matter what we do for dinner tonight, it's going to fall short. But that's okay. We did this to ourselves. But remember, there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.